Hi, I'm Marta, and usually on this channel I share with you simple, family-friendly meal ideas. But as promised, during the whole month of December, I will be sharing with you my favorite holiday recipes. And today it's time for my children's favorite, gingerbread cookies. I'm a mom of 2 toddlers, and since the beginning I knew I would like to create this tradition for my family to do some Christmas baking together. And already now my 3-year-old loves to play with the dough, cut out the shapes, and he could do it for hours. And it's a beautiful time we get to spend together. And I think that additionally this intense aromas of gingerbread spices makes this experience even more special and memorable. And by the way, if you'd like to see what is in my homemade spice mix, you can click on this card here. The only problem I can see with this Christmas baking is the insane amount of sugar that usually goes to all those cookies. And I just don't have heart to let my children to make the cookies and then tell them that they cannot eat it. Therefore, I created a healthier version of gingerbread cookies that doesn't require the addition of sugar or honey. Instead, I'm using pureed dried dates, which are naturally sweet but also contain, for example, fiber, potassium and magnesium, so they are definitely a healthier choice. Before we start, let me remind you that already now you can write a question for me, either here in the comment section below or on my Instagram, and I will make a Q&A video in the last week of December, so already after Christmas. Okay, without further ado, here's how we make our guilt-free gingerbread cookies. To prepare the date puree, we need to chop 200 grams of dried dates. To do so, I use my mini food processor, but you can also do it simply using a knife. Thanks to this step, the rehydration process will be quicker. Now I add 100 milliliters of water. And I let it heat up and kind of simmer for around 2 minutes on a medium heat, while stirring all the time. Then I cover it and I let it rest for at least 1 hour or overnight. The last step is to blend it once more. You can either do it with an immersion blender, but I again use my mini food processor. And if needed, you can add an extra tablespoon or 2 of water. The goal is to turn it into a medium thin paste, like so. Okay, and now I will show you how to use this date puree to make the gingerbread cookies. For a big batch of cookies, I use 350 grams of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of my homemade gingerbread spice, to which I will leave you a link below, 1 teaspoon baking powder, half a teaspoon flaky salt or a quarter of a teaspoon if you are using fine table salt, and then 2 tablespoons good quality unsweetened cocoa powder. I give it all a good mix until the color is homogeneous. Then I add 100 grams of melted butter, 1 large egg, and 260 grams of date puree. Then I mix it until it starts to come together. And when I see that it starts to crumble, I transfer it onto a clean working surface and I knead it until the cookie dough is smooth. It should be soft but not sticky. Now I form it into a ball, I cover it well and I let it rest in the fridge for 1 hour. You could also chill it overnight. After this resting time, the cookie dough will harden a bit. I roll it into a thin sheet, something around 3 to 5 millimeters thick. And it's time for the best part, the cookie cutting. This dough is very easy to work with and even the youngest bakers can cut out their favorite shapes. And already now, even before baking, all the Christmas spices smell amazing. It's only the beginning of December, but I bet that with our enthusiasm, by the Christmas day we will bake enough cookies to give them to all the grandparents, aunts and uncles. These gingerbread cookies would also make beautiful Christmas tree ornaments. Simply use a straw to make a hole in them before baking. Okay, and now they need around 8 minutes in an oven preheated to 180 degrees Celsius, or a bit more if you made bigger or thicker cookies. If you plan on gifting those to someone who likes things rather sweeter, you could add a layer of a simple icing, so 1 tablespoon of icing sugar mixed with 1 teaspoon of water. And then I love to put them back at 200 degrees Celsius for another 2 minutes. The glaze will start to bubble and the sugar caramelizes, creating such a broken glass effect, which I find very charming. I hope this video inspired you to do some holiday baking with your little ones, and if so, I wish you a lot of fun. And stay tuned for my next video where I will share with you a recipe for my favorite gingerbread cookies made with nuts and orange zest. And these are actually vegan and without any oil added. Okay, thank you for watching until the end, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!